Hey folks, Brendan here from Bluelight, and for those of you who've not seen any of these videos before, just to let you know what this is all about, I've been coaching and supporting people to succeed in the police recruitment process for well over a decade now. Over 12,000 people are in the police as a result of my support. And increasingly, I'm also supporting those of you who are going for promotion boards from PC Sergeant, Sergeant to Inspector, Chief Inspector to Superintendent, and specialist interviews and transfer interviews. My goodness. Since I retired, I've been so busy. It's awesome. What an honor to help you. Now, I just want to reinforce something today, and it's something that I keep talking about in all of my one-to-ones, and this is where it came from today, doing some one-to-one coaching with someone who's a potential recruit going for their final interview this week. In my interactive webinars, same thing crops up all the time, whether it's for serving officers practicing for promotion boards or interview course members who are preparing for their final or in-force interview, for potential recruits in the online assessment centre when we do the stage 2 practice for the online assessment centre course. The same thing keeps cropping up, and it's the lack of how in your answers. So I just want to emphasize that it's just so important that when we're talking about our situation and all the other things that I talk about there, that you need to include the aim of what you were trying to achieve and the options you considered, why you chose the option that you did, and then you go on to describe what you did. No, you go on to describe more than that. You describe what you did and how you did it. Because remember, they're assessing you against behaviors from the competency and values framework, and it's those behaviors that start off with how you did particular things. So they all talk about, say, for example, we take ownership. I actively identify and respond to problems. How did you do that? I take responsibility for my own actions. I fulfill my promises and do what I say I will. How did you do that? Let's pick one from emotionally aware. Actually, let's pick one from what we talked about today, which is about we are collaborative. I work cooperatively with others to get things done, willingly giving help and support to colleagues. How did you work cooperatively? How did you willingly give help, and how did you support your colleagues? There's no point in just using buzzwords from the competency and values framework, because I can't assess your bold claim that you did something. So today, my client gave me an example which, once we explored it, was absolutely awesome. It's going to nail it. But to start with, they talked about how they spoke to their duty manager, how they investigated something, how they introduced something, how they were implementing something. Actually, they didn't talk how they were doing it. They just claimed that they did it. I spoke to the duty manager. I investigated my idea. I introduced my idea. I implemented further measures. But didn't describe how he did any of those things. It's only when I started probing it that I got really, I'm just looking at it now, my notes, really awesome, rich description about how he did those things. And that's what's going to give him the marks. At the end of the answer, if you've not addressed those things, you're inviting questions from the interviewer, and they're going to ask you, so you said you spoke to your manager. How did you do that? You said you implemented a new measure. How did you go about doing that? You introduced a new system. How did you do that? You're inviting too many questions, so address those issues in your answer. And I've got to say today, I hope they won't mind me saying this, it was a bit like pulling teeth. It really was, for me to get that information from them. Most interviewers will not have that patience. And in some forces, they're not allowed to ask you probing questions. All they're allowed to ask you at the end of your answer is there anything else you'd like to add to that answer? So folks, the importance of how, I know we're not going to nail it just from this video. I'm going to have to keep emphasizing this. I'm going to have to keep working with you on this, because this is what scores you the high marks. Not just talking about what you did. Don't think that buzzwords are going to get you through your interview. It's you describing how you did something to evidence that buzzword. So you don't even need to use the buzzword. Hope that makes sense. Anyway, folks, if you'd like to find out more, then click the links below to the courses that I offer you, the one-to-ones, the webinars, the interactive webinars, the weekly workshops, all the support that I can give you to help you succeed, and also to the Police Recruitment and Career Support Facebook group. Click the links below. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe or something. If you're watching this on Facebook, do you like it? Is that what you're meant to do? Like it? Whatever. Or don't. It's up to you. I'll catch you soon, folks. Hope this was helpful. See you soon. Bye-bye for now.